Very, very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining our
Morning.
channel.
Good morning.
Thank you. Everybody, we have Mr. Arun Singh joining us today. And sir, thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Singh is the director at FHRAI-IHM Greater Noida. Mr. Singh is a renowned name in the hospitality education world. And obviously, he has seen a very, very glorious career. Mr. Singh has a master's from Lucknow University and also holds a diploma in hotel management from Lucknow. Sir has been trained for faculty training program in India and Lausanne, Switzerland, and Cornell Institute of Hospitality Management, USA. Sir has also attended several management development programs in India and abroad. Mr. Singh, in the beginning of his career, worked in hotel industry for 4 years and then joined IHM as a faculty. In 2004, Sir joined IHM Lucknow as principal and then principal of Mumbai in 2013. From 2021, Sir has been with FHRAI-IHM as their director. Sir, thank you so much for joining us and honoring us with your presence on
Welcome.
This podium by Shiftz. So idea is pretty simple, that how do we get industry veterans like you and speak to young professionals and aspirants who are wanting to join the industry and see a glorious career. So, sir, firstly, I wanted to ask you, how did you choose this industry? How come hospitality and how come academics in hospitality?
In fact, when I joined hotel management program in IHM Lucknow, that was the second batch. So we do not have much knowledge about the hospitality industry at that point of time. Only few hotels were there in Lucknow and restaurant. But finally, we decided to join that particular program. And once we started learning the thing in the institute, then come across with the other development, other opportunities which are there in hospitality industry. And after working for 4 years, then I realized that it's a if I shift to the teaching or academics, that will be better for me. So fortunately, I got an opportunity in 1987 in IHM Jaipur to work to start career in academics as a faculty.
Amazing. And since then, I think you have been able to contribute so much to the industry by training some amazing professionals. So it's really amazing. Sir, I wanted to start, the first question to you was, according to you, what are the key skills and competencies that students should develop to succeed in hospitality as an industry?
You see, we must also recognize and realize that the hospitality is a business. To remain successful in the business, we need to have different kind of qualities which are to be needed. And first and most important is the human skill, which needed to interact with the people, a skill we needed to meet with the people, the communication, the personality. All these human skills are essential, most essential in businesses which have a customer or guest in front of them. Apart from that, there is a technical skill is to be required, which cannot be gained in a day. Technical skill needs time. It needs for perfection of those skills, you need practice. So all those things could be there along with the managerial skill. Once you move up in the higher in the category, you need to have the managerial skill, like the forecast, understanding the business, understanding the clientele, and to achieve the motto or aim or vision for which the establishment has been created. If establishment has been created for the purpose of profit, then you have to see all expenses, all methodology from that eye only or that angle only. If it is for the welfare, in that case, your operations and your style of functioning will be a little bit different, because here the customer satisfaction is the guest satisfaction is the main thing. While in business, both are needed. You need to get numbers, but once in terms of finances, and once you need number, you need guests. So if the customer will be satisfied, guest will be satisfied, he will come back to you. So all these three skills, that is the human skill, technical skill, and managerial skill, are needed. And it is refined as you work in the industry. All those things we cannot expect everyone should have from the day one once he joined the institute or when he joined the industry. But slowly he come to know. I will just give you one example. when on my first day in Clarksabad, Lucknow, when I was deputed in F&B by our F&B manager, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor, who is no more. So he asked me to go for to the restaurant and stand there and observe how the functioning of restaurant is being there. When I had gone there, because that was the only 5-star hotel in the town at 1984. So a lot of rush was there in the restaurant breakfast timing. So as a human approach, you can say I started working, helping the servers and others. And he was observing me while sitting in one corner of the restaurant for 1 hour. Later, after the breakfast time is over, he called me. He said that I'd ask you to observe the thing. If because we are taking you as a senior supervisor. If being a senior supervisor, you will do the work of the server, then who will do the work of the senior supervisor?
True.
So all these learnings are there. Once we enter into the field, we come to know, we upgrade ourselves. But only thing is we should be open to learn and move on.
Absolutely, absolutely. And sir, I think a very valid point, actually two very interesting points which you brought about, which also leads to my second question. So 2 points you brought about that it's a very human-centric profession. A lot of interactions with clients are needed in this, which obviously can't be 100% taught through a bookish knowledge. And also, as you experience it yourself, a hands-on training or being present at the time of delivery is very, very important, by seeing what customers are doing, by observing everything. So, sir, based on that, I wanted to ask you, my second question was, how do you incorporate practical hands-on experience in the curriculum to basically provide students a real life world challenges? How do they overcome these things? How do you prepare students for facing the real world out there?
Okay, right. Basically in academics, and when the students are there, especially in the 3-year program, we need to impart basically the issues which are related with the which are being termed as the 5 pillars. The first pillar is of that is attitude formation. The person who is coming to the hospitality industry or willing to work in the hospitality industry should have an attitude which is needed for this industry. A right attitude formation is to be needed. Some people have those qualities in themselves. Some others develop them where they understood its importance and this component. So first is attitude, then the improving the personality. Whatever your personality does not mean only physique. Personality have several inborn qualities. There are several added qualities which has to be there in you, and that you can do once you are in the academics, because we say to the student that these 3 years are basically the years of investment on yourself. It's not only that when you took admission, you pass out, you will get a job. You have to develop have a right kind of attitude, improve your personality, improve your communication, because communication is the key of success, especially in the industry like hospitality, where you have to meet with the people, greet the people and talk to them. So therefore, communication, it may be oral communication or it may be written communication. Both communications are very important in that. Your gestures while you are talking to the guests, how you're standing, how you are talking to the guests, all these things make a difference and make impression on guest. So apart all the 3 components, apart from these components, you need to have solid knowledge base, which is the major work of the institute, along with the basic skills which are to be needed, a fundamental skills which are to be needed. And then once a student have these base, then in second year, they have to go to the industrial training. And and while industrial training of like in all IHMs of the government under NCHMCT, we have a 17-week schedule for industrial training, and it has been in function from last at least 3 decades.
Oh, wow.
So probably hospitality industry is the only hospitality management education is the only education where the industrial exposure has been incorporated during the course in India. So whereas, for example, you take the MBBS, they have to do the internship once they complete the learning. Whereas in hospitality, it is in second year only. So therefore, the aim was this, that a student should go for 17 weeks, work in the all four area of the department at least 3 weeks, and remaining 3 to 4 weeks, they should work in the area of the where hotel you want to use them or where the student want to get additional exposure. And once they come back from industrial training, they should have all the information pertaining to the career in hospitality industry. So it is the duty or it is the work of the hospitality institute to see that students have been given right industrial exposure. An industrial exposure, one is the 17 weeks training, which is a excellent exposure for them. At the same time, along with that, while in first year or in second year and third year, we also depute them to go to the hotels for the maybe surveys or other part, because once they are working there, they need to be a keen observer. They need to see the procedure. They need to see that how people are talking, how the staff is talking with the guests, how they are behaving, what steps are to be followed. And along with that, we ask the student to spend some money, go to a coffee shop, sit down there for half an hour, or even go to Domino's or any other fast food outlet, see and observe the thing, because by observing them, they can also learn the essential aspect of that. Along with the third aspect in this is that we request the industry leaders to come to the institute and deliver some talk or deliver some presentation for the students. So basically, the real time what you are talking about, the exposure comes through. First of all, the major exposure comes from 17-week industrial training, for which they have been sent to the industry. The second one, time to time, we depute them. At least our effort is every student should go at least 5 times in the industry while they are in first year, because once they will go there, they will observe few things, and we hope and we expect that those things that have been a good thing they had observed, they should remember it and use it while they are in the institute. So it's a mixture. And third one is industrial expert from the industry should come in the institute for delivering talk or delivering or giving some kind of presentation or practical exposure to them. So these are 3 aspects by which they should get the desired industrial interaction or industrial exposure, so that they should do well while they are going for the job in the industry.
Absolutely, absolutely. So basically, based on this, I wanted to ask you, like, for an institute like yours, and for the curriculum, it's very important for students to go and do practical trainings and learn from various hotels or establishments, do like an internship there. How important is it for a hotel partner or for any business in hospitality to hire these guys? Because what can also happen, because in this kind of a trade, a lot of service, it's a service business. So if the person or the student is not fully trained or does some goof up, it can really impact a hotel or a restaurant's reputation. So how eager are the hotel partners or the hospitality brands to have these students come in, work, and what kind of roles and responsibilities are given to interns by these hotels?
You see, hotel, we need to understand this. Hotel is in the business. They are not in the social work. So obviously, they will take the student on when they also have some expectation from the student. So institute need to work between as a bridge, you can call it, between the industry expectation and expectation of the students also to learn. Both of them should understand, and institute should help them both to give them exposure, real-time exposure. Industry, no doubt, it's a industry are exposing them on their own risk when they are talking to the guests, because no one know individuals. If someone is done a mistake, or mistake is okay, but done it intentionally, no one know the name of the person who did it, name of the institute from where they have come, but ultimately they will give a bad name to the hotel where the guests have come. So therefore, you can plan them in the front of it, because this is the area where the guests are coming, asking some information. If wrong information is being given, then in that case, or the wrong, you can say that some personality traits which are not being there, a communication problem is there. So therefore, it takes time for them to face the guest, and they either in F&B or room service or in front office. First, they have given a little bit back area work to gain the confidence, to gain the knowledge, meet with the people who are working in front, and slowly they have been exposed to that. because hotel is stake of the hotel is also, the reputation of hotel is also at stake. So therefore,
Absolutely.
planned exposure is must to be given to them. And most of the students nowadays, they capture things very fast. So when when exposure is being given to them, they do very well, and they come out with the flying colors after certain industrial training or others.
True, true. Thank you, thank you. So firstly, I'll be asking you what strategies. So question number 6, जो मैंने आपको लिस्ट भेजी थी उसमें से question number 6, 8 and 9 is what we'll be covering now.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so I'll just resume again.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. So basically, sir, as you said that this business is about customer facing, communication, having the right tools. Even like you mentioned about front office, what industry trainings are happening and everything. And I believe a lot of this has to come in from personal trainings instead of bookish knowledge. So as academics happen, and as one of the leading institutes of the country, how do you prepare your students for basically communication skills, customer skills? Because I whenever we go to hotels, we see they're always smiling, they're always greeting you with so much warmth, irrespective of how they are feeling internally, or what issues they might be facing personally. But how are they trained to maintain such a strong, happy face and a customer-centric approach always?
You see, India is the only country in the world where the government, either central government or state government, have invested such a huge amount in opening and running the IHMs. There are presently there are 21 central government IHMs, as well as about 25, 26 state IHM which are affiliated with the National Council along with the private colleges. So all these colleges which are affiliated to National Council or approved by AICT, all of them have a huge infrastructure which is to be needed for the training. Like all IHMs have three kitchens, like the basic training kitchen, in which first year student go and they do the basics of the cooking, cutting, cooking and hygiene and other aspects, sanitation. In second year, they will do the regional cuisine. And final year, they will do the international cuisine or some Indian cuisine again. In the same way, the F&B service, then the housekeeping. Every institute now have a set of equipment which are to be needed, even better than the some 4-star hotel have equipment these IHMs have. Like the full setup of laundry, then then the cleaning machines, everything is there. So first thing is the rigorous training which is being given in the institute for the skill part, that helps them. And along with that, once they go to the industrial training, because industrial training is basically a very good for the hotel as well as good for the student and institute also. So if when they go to the industry, for 17 weeks, they understood the importance of communication. Institute also give them time to time lessons pertaining to the communication, some practical exercise. They call some expert who are dealing with the communications for the different languages, some language and the other out. And then some sessions are being organized where the mock interviews are being conducted, how to deal with the guest, how the practice sessions are there. So most of the basic training is being provided by the institute itself. Whereas when they go to the industry, they develop very fast all these qualities which are to be needed in that. And once they meet with the customer, get the experience, and that experience enrich them and taking the right decision at right time. So what's a training given in the institute, training given by the external experts in the institute, training being imparted to the industrial training or capsule training when they have been sent. All these things will help them in building these qualities which are to be needed. Person with the right kind of communication needed in hospitality industry, as well as the customer-centric qualities which are to be there in the employee or the staff. All these things, basics of those things they can learn while in the institute and some in the industry. But once they go for the job, slowly they upgrade themselves, their knowledge, and they do well in the industry.
Got it. Sir, interestingly, you spoke about upgrade your knowledge. So what we have seen that this industry is a very dynamic industry. The things keep on changing, customer needs keeps on changing, demands keeps on changing, lifestyle habits keeps on changing, which also impacts this industry a lot. As an institute, as training providers, how do you keep yourself updated about the latest trends, what's happening in the world, and how do you incorporate those changes or those challenges or whatever is coming new into a curriculum, so students when they pass out are already trained on the new trends and whatever is happening new in the industry?
You see, it's a very dynamic industry, and institute also need to understand this and mold their infrastructure, their training. Latest trend, latest upgradation is being provided in the institute, and the students are being exposed to that. Like the use of combi oven, dishwashing machine, maybe the latest housekeeping equipment pertaining to the cleaning or the laundry, and then the hotel PMS, which are softwares which are to be used for the revenue management, for point of sales in the restaurant, for reservations, others. Like all IHMs nowadays have IDS, which has been provided by them and which is widely used from in the industry also. So we try to upgrade our infrastructure. We try to upgrade our faculty by time to time exposure. Like the in National Council pattern, the National Council organizes the faculty development program, and like this year, this academic year, 5-6 program have already been organized for the faculty of the affiliated institutes. So, and the faculty, all those faculty who are really keen, they upgrade themselves, because a lot of information is available on internet also. Lot of changes, videos are there, and then they upgrade themselves, and the different seminar symposium which are being organized by the leading hospitality magazines like the Hoteliers or BW Hotelier or ET Hospitality. They also give some discussion, panel discussion or this. So all the time you need to upgrade yourself. You have
Yes.
to move ahead and learn from the industry. We also encourage the faculty to go to the industry, see the different trend which are being there, what is happening in the industry, and then come back and upgrade the information that you have. Those days have gone when this teachers were teaching with the notes they had when they were a student. Now students are much more well aware about the thing what is happening in this industry, and therefore they needed to be streamlined. They need by the faculty in a proper way, and then only the student can achieve what they have thought before coming to the institute. And institute as well as faculty will also be happy to see their students growing in the industry that way.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Sir, at last, I wanted to ask you, since you have been a veteran of the industry, what advice would you like to give all the youngsters or all the aspirants who are wanting to join this industry and make a career in hospitality? Because a lot of times, people from the outside look at the glamour of the industry, but the challenges and everything are also unknown to a lot of people. So, what is the one or two advice or your strong advices you would like to give to youngsters?
We say to the youngsters, whatever, if you have come for this profession and to learn, then give you 100% to the cause. Whatever is your personality, when you join the institute or communication, there is always chances of improvement, and there is enough time. Time is running very fast. If you will not care of the improving yourself, your personality, your attitude, your communication, gaining the knowledge, some kind of teamwork, like every institute is organizing. When I was in Mumbai, we have one event which is known as cornucopia. And my belief is this: in those say 3-day event, which preparation took about 3 weeks, a student gained what they usually could not gain in 1 year entirely.
Wow.
Because we give them certain assignment, like the marketing team is there, so they have to plan the finances accordingly. They have to get the money from the market, they have to get the sponsor under the supervision of the faculty. Then the kitchen team, they will do the planning, what different counters will be there, what kind of cuisines are to be there, how many portions food is to be prepared, because we don't know how many people will turn up. And normally 3,000 to 4,000 people were coming every evening from 6 to 10 to visit that the event. So these kind of event organization, it is some kind of assignment which is to be given to them, deputing to the industry for certain specific program. So all these things definitely will help them and will make them perfectly fit for the industry. And all those students who are able to understand this and work upon these factors, they have a great future. And slowly, no other, I feel no other education after class 12th give you so much. No doubt, some gestation period is there once you reach to the industry, because then you may feel sometime you have been low paid or long working hours, but it is in every industry now. Even the hospitality industry is also understood this, and they have come out with a 5.5 day working in a week, or even in Mumbai, some of the hotel have 5 day week. Wow. Where 2 days have been given to the staff to see their family, they see their relations. So all of them, all three stakeholders which are there, like the industry, institute, as well as student, all of them have to come at one platform and work together. And in that way, in that connection, we at FHRAI are trying to bring the Ministry of Tourism, National Council for Hotel Management, and Hotel Association of India, all three at one platform. And we will shortly, we are going to have one full day national seminar on the HR issues which are there in the hospitality. It may be pertaining to the low enrollment, or it may be pertaining to the IT, the industrial training structure. What should be the industrial training structure, so that all stakeholders should get benefit out of that. And or the third one is the curriculum, and the latest trend in the hospitality is needed to be incorporated in the curriculum. So it's a continuous process. Institute should do, and they are doing their bit. Industry is also doing what best they can do, but we also have to keep in mind they are the business. So obviously we can't expect that they will welcome the student with garland and ask them to sit and do that. They will take the trainee to get the work done. But we, as an institute, we have to see that how we can bring both in the industry as well as a student together in one platform, and both of them should able to get maximum benefit out of the industrial exposure chance which has been given to them by the hotels. It should be the monitored training should be there. We are working, along with the National Council, are trying to work on some kind of checklist. What those students should go to the industrial training with that kind of checklist. So he has to see all those things in the hotel while they are training in coffee shop. What is the location of the coffee shop? How far it is from the entrance of the hotel? What is the size of the coffee shop? What kind of decor is there? What kind of emphasis is there? How much time is being taken by serving the dishes? How much time guests take once he enter into the coffee shop and leave the coffee shop? So all these important components they have to see, and an institute should give them a structured format. On those format, they should learn the thing and write down. And at the same time, once that is being there, then we are requesting to the industry to engage some mentors while the students are going in industrial training.
Yeah,
that's very in this I will give example of IHM Mumbai. They have a structured system from last 2 decades where the faculty is going in one hotel of Mumbai once in a week. Wow. So they are going to the hotel. They will first talk with the students who are industrial training, then talk with the training and L&D manager, and if needed with the operational manager, to resolve the issue of the student. So if there is any issue of the student which is a genuine, it has been resolved. And if it will not be resolved at that level, then that faculty bring it in the knowledge of the principal, and we talk with the general manager. And believe me, some of the issues has been resolved by the general manager themselves. And so that has a good impact on the student also who are in training, that people are taking care of Absolutely. Them. So all these stakeholders have to work together to have better prospects of the students who are doing the hospitality management program. And Absolutely. If you see our alumni of the IHMs, you will find most of the chairman, CMD, or the chairman or vice president or president, they are from IHM graduate from one or other institute. Yes. We have our faculty who are heading our students who are heading the international organization. And I can name someone, but if needed, otherwise you will find even in global, we have one alumni who is a global head of a hospitality industry. He's a So along with the hospitality operations, people are there in several other field and done very well. And because basically is the hospitality management program is first is the hospital, there is the personality development.
True.
Once they have a good personality, good communication, a lot of opening are there in front of them apart from the hospitality. So it, no doubt it's a good few, the prospect is there in that. And it's, but only condition is this, that a student should be ready and should devote its entire time of these 3 years and invest these 3 years on upgrading his personality, communication, knowledge, as well as his skill. Then there is no end of growth in this hospitality industry.
Absolutely. And just adding to what you said, I think whatever I'm reading these days about the industry and how we are seeing the industry shape up, I think the next decade is just about going to be the Indian hospitality, because so many new properties are being added, so many new locations are being developed. I think, and there's so much emphasis which is being given to infrastructure to improve connectivity within India, which will just boost the overall hospitality business to next level. So I think it's a great time for students or anybody to enter into this profession and make an amazing career out of it. So I think we are at the right time and the right place right now.
Right. Definitely. I'm confident about that.
Yeah.
So there are sometimes there issues like the presently one issue is there that some small organization or skill centers are coming up and hotels are tied up with them. But I feel, and I have written on LinkedIn and other places, that all these is stopgap arrangement. The student who have been trained for 3 years in the hospitality field, whatever that kind of rich knowledge and skill along with the personality they have a better future if they go to the industry in comparison to the short-term courses which
Absolutely.
is being there. There is a place for everyone. Person who will do the skill development, Hunar Se Rozgar, or will do the 1-year program or 3-year. But industry need to understand this and take them on a position according to the effort they have done, according to their personality, knowledge, and skill. In that way.
Absolutely. Sir, at the end of it, I would again like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining this. And I learned a lot about how the academics works in this dynamic and ever-changing industry. And I'm sure the students and any of the aspirants after watching this video will learn a lot by whatever was we spoke about today. So thank you again, sir, for joining me today and taking all the precious time and talking to all the students and aspirants. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks for inviting me for this forum. Thank you.